riingan nga ipatalastas, iti nagrugyan, tiguat, iti panahon ni Hapon, nag-ingga na nga nag-surrender ni General Yamatita, iti Pilipinas kat nalpas tigubat. Arot, una na, naimbag, oras yung amin, nga veteran. Dawat, kaduan, nga intayman riingan, nga isalaysay. Iti ang kayo naglasatan, nga gubat, iti Pilipinas, iti panahon ti Hapon. Umuna, kablaawang kayo nga sapasap, kantos master, amang itorturong. Kanda kayo, nga opisyalis, ti ili, nang nangro kayo nga ni Elmer Gabol. Topdac ito nga opisyalis. Kan opisyalis ti ili, madamakan pasado. Kan ama, ina, kan babaros, kan babalasang nga agtutubo. Agtal na kayo, tayo ipoon nga irugi. Title, World War II. The military history of World War II began on December 8, 1941 to September 2, 1945. General Douglas MacArthur, General Tomoyuki Yamatita, and Adolf Hitler were classmates in West Point Academy, California, United States of America. General Douglas MacArthur is more intelligent than General Yamatita. When they graduated in West Point Academy, General Yamatita challenged General MacArthur because he wanted to conquer the entire Asia. And after a few years, General Yamatita with his soldiers came into the Philippines without any agreement. A Japanese planes dropped bombs in Hawaii, Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941, and Corregidor, Bataan, including Camjan, Baguio City, on December 8, 1941. That was Monday morning, and that was the term of Manuel L. Quezon as elected President of the Philippines. And President Franklin D. Roosevelt and Commissioner Cyrus escaped together to the United States on the night of February 20, 1942. They left Corregidor by submarine secretly. When they arrived in Panay, they proceeded to Negros, Mindanao, Australia, into the United States. And General Douglas MacArthur favored the Philippines. He came to Mindanao on March 11, 1942 to observe the tactics of the Japanese soldiers in the Philippines. When he went back to the United States on March 17, 1942, and he promised to come back saying, "I shall return." The Japanese soldiers' enemies arrived in Baguio City and Open City on 1942. They spread in the province of Benguet in Mountain Province. After bombing Bataan, the Japanese soldiers' enemies who escort their captured American soldiers and Filipino soldiers to Tarlac Province or Ditmar. And General Tomoyuki Yamatita declared themselves as the ruler of the Philippines. And General Douglas MacArthur of the United States command his reinforcement soldiers to follow the Japanese soldiers in the Philippines, and MacArthur returned to the Philippines. They landed in Leyte Gulf in Visayas on October 20, 1944 at 10 a.m. Then they moved to Lingayen Gulf, Pangasinan on January 9, 1945. The Philippines guerrillas went to meet the American soldiers in Bacnotan, La Union. Then they moved again to Northern Luzon via Nag-Ilian, La Union. and 123rd Infantry Division captured Baguio on April 27, 1945. And the joined the Filipino guerrillas, Philippine Military Group, 11 Infantry, 3rd Infantry, and 43rd Infantry joined together and they called their group as the 66th Infantry. And the group of 14 Infantry, 15 Infantry, 121 Infantry, and US Sapi North Luzon. They all fought the Japanese soldiers entire provinces of Benguet and Mountain Province. Then they moved to Bisang Pass Mountain, where there were Japanese garrison and under the command of Major Bado Dangwa as supply officers and Major Dennis Morintas as commanding officers of one regiment and workman of the 121 Infantry. The regiment and 66th Infantry captured Bisang Pass on June 14, 1945 at 10 in the morning. Then they moved to Comillas, Cervantes, Ilocosur, into Baguyos, Lipan to Mangkayan, Benguet on July 1, 1945. They fought the Japanese garrison until July 5, 1945. And General Douglas MacArthur ordered Jonathan Wainwright to drop atomic bomb in Tokyo, Japan, namely Hiroshima in Nagasaki on August 6 and 9 in 1945. And General Tomoyuki Yamashita, knowing that the societies were bombed, Yamashita surrendered in Tiangan Ipagaw at the schoolhouse on September 2, 1945. The escort him to Kamjan He in Seknit. He surrendered at high noon on September 3, 1945. The Japanese soldiers also surrendered in Bugyas, Benguet province on July 14, 1945. And U.S. Army and Philippine Army escort the Japanese soldiers to Abatan KM-90 Bugyas, Benguet for station, waiting for other Japanese surrender. The Japanese soldiers fall out and leave the place in the Philippines and they went back to their country. And U.S. Army and Philippine Army celebrated their victory in Northern Luzon, 27. While General Yamashita was being investigated and he was court-martialed on him because he did not obey the rules and regulation about war. The Japanese soldiers completely surrendered on July 4, 1946, and General Douglas MacArthur, together with the soldiers, has relaxation and celebrated for a peaceful victory in the Philippines. So they end the World War II history. On the American turned over the Independence Day in the Philippines on July 4, 1946. Dahita, si Panarita, ni Tometa Sueno, nga taga-barangay Topdac, Atok, Benguet.